Call the Board of Works and Public Safety to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Scott, would you start us off?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nina, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Lynch?
Here.
Member Collins?
Here.
Member Lewis?
Here.
Member Sonity?
Here.
Member Williams?
Here.
We have the approval of 2 sets of minutes, one from May 4th. Nina, was that our special meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the May 4th, 2021 meeting.
I second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the May 4th meeting. Is there any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have the minutes from the May 11th meeting.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from the May 11th meeting.
I second.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Steve. Is there any further discussion, any questions? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have unfinished business. We have tag day requests for the Portage Township Food Pantry. Are you here, Joe?
I am. Well, I'd just like to, first off, thank the city of Portage for stepping up and helping us to feed the hungry during this pandemic. And as you know, it's not going to go away. Hunger's not going to go away, and so we're still out there fighting that fight. And we're going to be here requesting a permit to have our tag day, which is September 18th on a Saturday from 10 to 2, I believe it is. We will be on 3 corners. I think we decided that we were going to be on the one by the Dunkin' Donuts, and then I think there was another one on, it was supposed to be on Hamstrom, I think.
You can be on Hamstrom,
And Vivian.
Vivian, and Irving, and you cannot be on Willowdale. So we swapped,
Right,
we
right,
changed
yeah.
that out. And one thing I noticed that we had a collection last Saturday and kind of had a little bit of a concern because we had the Poppy Day collection. And I know that there were cans with poppies on them, but you need to clearly say that you are the Portage Township Food Pantry so that people know who you are, because
Right.
other food pantries have collected there.
Okay.
And so be sure that people know that that is you.
Well, we have our buckets and have the name on it and everything, but wearing the shirts, you know, when we have the vest on, it's, you know, but we'll let them know who we are. So that's in conjunction with our collections at the Strachan Van Til's and Walmart. We do a food collection there on that same day. So that being said, we have our vests already, and I have the volunteers lined up. So all we need is just approval. Thank you.
I make a motion that we approve the food pantry tag day on September 18th at the intersections that have been stated on the application.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Jamie. Is there any further discussion? Any questions for Joe? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Good luck, Joe. New business, we have the bids on the Community Crossing Grant Phase 2.
Melvin at same time.
Good morning.
Morning.
We've received 3 bids for the 2021 street paving and repair project. The first sealed bid is from Milestone Contractors North, Inc., 1700 East Main Street, Griffith, Indiana, 46319. Again, the first bid is from Milestone Contractors North, Griffith, Indiana, and their bid amount is $2,496,506.50. That's $2,496,506.50. Second bid is from Reith Riley Construction Company, Inc., 7500 West 5th Avenue, Gary, Indiana, 46406. Again, this bid is from Reith Riley Construction, Gary, Indiana. Bid amount $2,899,110.25. Again, that's $2,899,110.25. Third bid is from CNB Construction LLC, 710 South Wheeler Street, Suite 1, Griffith, Indiana, 46316. The bid amount is $3,130,190.10. That's $3,130,190.10. At this point, staff would recommend to take the bid under advisement, and we'd like to come back with a recommendation at a subsequent Board of Works meeting.
Make a motion that we take these bids under advisement with the Community Development Department, as well as a review from our city attorney, and take them under consideration in our next meeting.
I'll second.
Yeah.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Steve, to take the bids under advisement. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, AJ. We have the Street Department grievance.
Madam Chairman, if I could just speak to that for a moment. So just to sort of advise the Board of Works, this is a grievance stemming from...
Excuse me. Could you speak in the microphone, because it really...
Pardon?
Pardon. Thank you. I just wanted...
It's all right. Can you hear me now?
Yes? Can you
Try
hear
it
me?
this way. I'll use my mom voice. This is grievance 2107-001. It stems from a pay dispute for 2 days, December 23rd and 24th. This is step 3 of the grievance, having been through step 1 and step 2. Candidly, we're not talking about much money here. Under $1,000. I think in my conversations with the union rep, we're somewhere around $687 total. It just wasn't one that I felt I could settle without Board of Works vote. The union is indicating past practice, and on that I felt I needed the Board of Works approval to settle this grievance before we went any further. So that's why it's in front of you, and I can certainly answer any questions, or we could have Randy or the union answer any questions if you might have them, but we're not talking about much here.
So you said the dollar amount is how much, Attorney Whitten?
687.
687 and change. Sean, am I close? That's correct. Yeah.
That's the total?
Total.
Okay.
Yeah, because the last memo correspondence that we received this morning from Mr. Reeder indicated a different amount of $986.68. There was a memo?
Yeah, in either case, it's under $1,000, and I'm going to go off of the grievance numbers on this one.
Sure,
You
I
know,
understand.
That seems simplest and clearest. So whenever we start talking about a past practice, I like to get the authorizing board's approval before I proceed any further.
I'd just like to say that Dan's spent an incredible amount of time on this, so I think that for the sake of expediency, I think that he is, it's a fair request, and I would like to see the board approve that, please.
So are we looking for a motion to accept the grievance?
Yes.
Pay the grievance? I'll make that motion that we pay the grievance on the amount that Dan stated.
I second that.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Joetta. Is there any further discussion?
I would need further instruction for payroll to moving forward.
What I'll do, Madam Clerk Treasurer, is once the board votes, I'll render a legal opinion upon which you can pay it, I think. I think you'll need that for your file.
Because, yeah.
Dan,
Yes,
I just have a question.
yes.
Has this been resolved for future, as the wording is correct and everything in the contract, so we don't have this again?
Well, never say never. So all I can tell you is what the contract says, and I can also tell you with respect to the past practice that the union showed me. There has been past practice on this, so it seems like we can certainly clarify it in future contract negotiations. Good news is we're only in a 1-year contract if we settle with the street department. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I concur, Member Sonity, that there seems to be some ambiguity in the contract in terms of how it's interpreted in regard to this situation. And I would hope at the next round of negotiations, when the contract is settled, that it be explicit and how we handle this situation in the future, so there's no misunderstanding.
And I think that from the...
Would you like me to explain some more?
No, I wouldn't. So, no, I wouldn't.
I'm not trying to complicate it.
No, hold on a minute. Hold on, if I can. So, in my conversations with Mr. Holm-Hansen, he's indicated that in discussions in the last contract negotiations, there was a meeting of the minds. We will clarify that meeting of the minds in our union contract. How's that?
Thank you, Mr. Wood.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you can cut me off anytime you want.
So we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? If not, please do a roll call vote. Nina?
Mayor Lynch?
Yes.
Member Collins?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
Member Sonity?
Yes.
Member Williams?
Yes.
Thank you. We have a quick claim deed approval.
Madam Chairman, if I could take that one as well. So just to advise, and I've spoken with the mayor about this and a couple of the board members, but I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a history lesson. The port, the marina, for years has been trying to get the marina parcels in the city's name or in their name years and years ago, decades ago. The Little Cal River Basin Commission entered into an agreement with the marina to deed all this property over. That deed was never recorded, and upon learning of this, I met with the Attorney General's office, since the Attorney General's office has to approve all these types of agreements. They had never approved it. So over the past year, I've taken the parcels. I've had the title company sort of call out the unnecessary legal descriptions, putting it into one deed. It was a stack of deeds before. I've gotten the Attorney General's office to approve it. I've taken it to the marina. They've, of course, approved the deed. And in speaking with the AG's office, since the agreement was originally with the Little Cal River Basin Commission and the city, it made sense for them to deed it over to the city. Now, what we do with it is up to us. You guys can, I would ask that you accept the deed today. And then what I've asked the marina is if there's some benefit to it staying in the city's name for purposes of trying to get grants, because that's been the big hiccup here. They've been unable to get grants because they don't own the property, right? And the city doesn't. So there was some discussion that maybe keeping it in the city's name might give us more grant abilities. But if that's not the case, and perhaps having it in the marina's name is better, then I'll come back to you and ask that you deed it to the marina. But at this point, I think it's just necessary for you to accept the deed. Now we have it under our wheelhouse, and we can do with it what we need to do to capture more money and improvements to the marina. And I have to answer any questions that you might have.
So the motion needs, if we wanted to accept this property deeded to the city of Portage from the Little Calumet River Basin Developmental Commission.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, I'll make that motion then. Why not? I'll make the motion that we accept this deeded property to the city of Portage from the Little Calumet River Basin Development Commission.
I'll second that.
So we have a motion by Scott, seconded by Jamie. Is there any further discussion? It's amazing to me that all these years and years and years have gone by and we're just now doing this.
Good job, Dan. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mayor, good job.
So if there are no more questions, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Dan, for that work.
You're welcome, Mayor.
Shared Ethics Commission invoice. Back to you, Dan.
So, let me see if I can pull this one up. This one may require Nina's input, because I think she might have the questions that we need.
It's an invoice for, it's a shared ethics commission, I believe, years ago, Cal Bellamy, or I think it was the Bellamy?
Cal Bellamy, yeah.
Had
Dan
created
Klein.
the commission. The utility has a portion of the bill, the city has a portion of the bill. It's not on the docket, so it requires approval to get added to get paid.
So it's basically our membership dues, for lack of a better term, correct, Nina?
Well, and just, I want to add a couple of things to that. All of the other cities and towns around us belong to this. I am on the advisory commission for the shared ethics, and we have a young woman in our city, Relisa Parker, who is our representative. It has to be an appointment by the mayor, but they will be, we had a meeting the other day, and they're embarking on some training programs that we will be participating in, mostly virtually on diversity issues and ethics. And so it's something that didn't happen last year because we had COVID. And so we met with a new training group of people who are going to start doing these training videos for us. So I would recommend that it's something that we participate in. We don't have to set up any of the training or anything. They're bringing somebody in on contract. So that's...
So, I just want to clarify the amount of the invoice. Thank you, Mayor, for that clarification. Appreciate that. So the total amount is $1,950, correct, Nina?
Yes.
And utilities pays $331.50 of that. So the amount that the city is paying is $16.19, if my math is right.
161850, is that what I'm seeing?
1618.50.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need a motion to pay the invoice,
Yes.
essentially? I'll make a motion that we pay the invoice for the Shared Ethics Initiative Funds.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Steve. Is there any further questions? I guess these are things that we, belong to with other cities and towns, and I feel like it's a good thing for us to participate with the other cities and towns. And I know it's an expense, but I do think that some expenses come with benefits to them too. So I'm very interactive with these people, and they have invited me to all of their executive meetings, which is something that has never happened, and I think it's important for our city to be out there and out front. So that's all I want to say. If there are no further questions, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you. We have the cyber security proposal. Who has
So
that?
I can take that. So the utility side has a cybersecurity policy. The city does not. It never has. Given the recent event that happened with the city of Gary, I looked into what it would cost the city to have some type of insurance policy. This would be for $1 million of coverage in the event that we were hit with some type of ransomware. It's $27,000, and we did have, and Councilperson Podgorski was on the call. We had a conversation with Baker Tilly yesterday. I did ask if this would be something that would be allowable under the ARP funds, and was told yes, it would be. I think it would be best practice to have a policy at least in the interim while all the new equipment is getting deployed within the city, all the upgrades.
So, Madam Clerk Treasurer, I'm just a little confused on the dollar amounts. On the front page of this spreadsheet that Samuelson Insurance put together, and I understand this to be an addendum to our current general liability policy, is that correct?
Yes.
It shows that total payable on that gray line that's grayed out, $7,106.33. But up at the top right, it says revenue $27,000. I'm confused on what our fee is for this, proposed fee is for this coverage.
It's the $27,000.
So,
Is that
and it's,
quarterly?
It's for $1 million. It's for an annual fee. It's for $1 million.
But on the spreadsheet, is that 6733, is that a quarterly
Premium.
premium?
So what's the total payable?
27,000.
I don't think that is.
I don't know why, honestly, I'm not sure why it says that.
I was confused by
I
that.
can look into it further if you would like, and we can talk about it next meeting.
Yeah, can we get that clarified so we know, I understand the sort of sense of urgency
It's
here.
based on our revenue, on our budget numbers is how it's calculated.
I'm sorry, Nina, I didn't,
I said it's calculated based on the amount of the city's revenue.
So
Yeah.
Mike, I guess I have so the amount payable is how much?
27,000.
But that says 27 million.
Yes.
I don't think that's payable.
Yeah,
So here's my guess.
That's,
My guess is that the revenue, I'm sorry, Mayor, my
Yeah,
guess
sorry.
is that the premium of $7,106 is what's due, and that's based upon an estimated revenue of 27 million. That's my guess is what they're telling us.
okay.
Sounds better.
they're
Yeah.
covering 27 million in potential revenue.
Right,
That's
yeah.
the coverage.
Right.
And I think it's for $7,106.33.
It's what the city will pay.
You know, I don't know, I'm not an insurance agent, and I don't know where these cyber protection premiums fall, whether or not that's an acceptable amount or not, but it's very confusing on
and
how this
I don't know that
proposal
we
is
could
laid
quote
out.
it with any other insurance company since it's an addendum. I think it would cost more if we went somewhere else, but I can get more clarification.
Yeah, I think we need to get that clarified. If it is the $7,106.33, I think, and we're going to get this covered eventually by the American Recovery Program, whatever the title is, then I think it's, obviously, it's protection that we should have.
At least in the interim.
I just want to say one thing about that. I did speak with Mayor Prince's aide, and well, they recognized that this popped up on their system. They did not click on it, which is very important that we do not click on things that we don't recognize, because it did keep them from paying a ransom. Gary did not pay a ransom. However, they are spending thousands and thousands of dollars to restructure all their computers, because every one of their computers has been affected. So, I mean, when I'm looking at $7,000 versus what it's going to cost Gary, and not having to pay, on top of not having to pay a ransom, they're still paying a lot of money to reconfigure every single computer that they have. Because those are Trojan viruses, and the problem with it is, once it attaches, it affects everything. And so even though they didn't have a ransom, they still have to pay a lot of money. Ted, did you have something to bring up?
Yes, Madam Mayor, support what you're saying. We actually were victim of ransomware, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago.
Teddy, can you come up here, bud? It's hard for me to hear. I'm getting old.
No, you're just getting
I'm
started.
just supporting what the mayor says, that this is a legitimate threat. The city was a victim of ransomware several years ago. It was a cheap one, thank goodness. It was $200, but we had to pay it, and we got our stuff back. I mean, they held information that was on a server for ransom, so it's a good idea.
So this insurance is not going to prevent it, but it's going to provide dollars in case we get in that situation, correct?
Yes.
To pay the ransom. It's not going to prevent it. Is there a representative here from Samuelson Insurance?
No, I didn't ask
It's a
them.
shame that they're not here. I'd really like to hear from them.
Your Honor,
Go ahead, Steve.
can we make a motion to approve this pending a clarification?
Yes.
What about that, Scott?
I'm fairly comfortable with that. I just wish someone from Samuelson Insurance was here, and I understand.
And I didn't ask them to be here, so.
I know. I guess I can live with the fact that if we get the premium clarified, is that what you're saying, Member Sonity?
Yes.
So I just had emailed James. It is the $7,106.33.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that was pretty quick clarification. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I make a motion that we approve the cyber coverage with the understanding that we're going to get reimbursed, I guess, at this point sometime down the road from the from the federal government. To approve the amount for 1-year premium of $7,106.33.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Jamie. Is there any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So this goes in effect immediately, Nina?
So once we receive the monies, I will pay the invoice straight from the funds, from the ARP fund.
Okay, so you can't pay them until you get the ARP money?
I mean, we could pay it ahead and then do a reimbursement. I think we'll receive the money really soon, so I think it'd be just easier.
Okay. We have special event request. PEP wants to have a request on the 4th of July. Is that you, Amy?
Yep.
Oh, Amy.
I bring all the fun stuff, so this is good. So, 4th of July on Saturday. So we're wanting to do the parade from Nativity, take it, what is that, starting at the north entrance of Nativity, take it down Willow Creek to Central, make a right on Central, end on Vivian. And so they've already been talks with road closures and things like that. They've already had meetings about that. And let's see, so the festival will start at 5 o'clock and that'll start at Founders. Same as always, beer garden, food trucks, light up things, but we need all of Founders blocked off. I know it's a little bit different this year because it's a Saturday. Businesses are open. I'm not quite sure how we do that, but we'll have a discussion about that, or maybe Steve can talk with you guys about logistics, because we need the road closed because we'll be doing fireworks at the old Little League field. So, and that'll be at dusk. So, any questions about anything? It's exciting we can have it, so this is a good thing. It's really good.
You have good music.
Yes, really good music. Chronic Flannel. They are all genres, kind of all over the place. And then we're having a cherry pie eating contest. It'll be really fun. Some fun stuff happening this year, so it'll be good.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we approve the permit for the 4th of July celebration.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Jamie, a second by Joetta. Are there any further questions for Amy? Go to it, Amy. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The PEP group has been working very hard on the 4th of July. They're really excited about what's going to be happening there, and so hopefully we'll get a good crowd. So if you know anybody that wants to put a float in the parade or participate in any way, give Amy a call here at the park. Thanks, everybody. We have the Portage Chamber PCBN night on July 8th. Amy again.
That's me. Yeah, I'm on the committee for this. So, in years past, we've had this event actually here at Woodlands, but last year we moved it to Founders, so we would like to have it again at Founders. It's a Portage Community Business Night, so all different businesses rent booths, they talk about their business. So that will be July 8th from 4 to 7. Setup is at 3 o'clock. Nancy will be in contact with the street department about road closures. We just need the road closed in between the park and the amphitheater, just that road closure, that's it. And then we will be having a beer garden. Clancy's will be in charge of that, so Nancy will be contacting police department about security and what needs to go on with that.
So AJ, I have a question for you. When is the beginning of the construction at Founders?
After this.
Okay, okay. So come and enjoy that because after that, we're going to be making some major changes at Founders Square. So I will need a motion to approve the PCBN night.
I make a motion, we approve the PCBN night for July 8th.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Joetta. Are there any further questions for Amy?
I have one question. Roughly how many businesses participate in the night?
I know when it was here, we had about 100. Last year, I think we had maybe 50, so we're kind of hoping somewhere around there. It'll all be outside, and so it's not, I know we're not on a mask mandate, but they're requesting if, for masks to wear that day. But so far, she's got quite a few vendors that signed up for it.
Sounds good.
Do you have an alternate date, Amy, in case it's raining or something?
Yes. No. It will be, if it's for rain, it'll be here.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is our makeup, sorry. This is our makeup, will be actually in this building.
Okay.
So, but Nancy will make that decision a few days before.
Okay. Okay,
Okay?
great, thank you. So we have the Ballet Folklorico. I might have said that wrong, I apologize.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cheryl DeLeon, and I'm here representing Ballet Folklorico. Our director is actually teaching at Willow Creek right now, so I'm here representing our group. We want to put on a free show for the community with our folkloric dancers that range from 3 years old all the way up through high school, as well as have some music. We're hoping to have a DJ or a mariachi band. In addition to our group performing. This would actually be in place of our show. We always have a show at the high school in October, which of course we didn't have this year because of COVID. And so we were hoping we could have this event. We've actually performed at Founders Square before for the tree lighting there. It's so we have a little bit of a history performing there. So I know you guys have the application as well. We were wondering if we could open it up to vendors to have like food or other types. So this is our first time doing that. So I'm here to take notes and report back to our director.
So Amy, do you want to expound on that a little bit? Because they're wanting to have their event, but they want to have some vendors in that. Do they have to come back to the park to get a permit to do all that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so be sure you come here, Cheryl, and come to the park, and they'll explain everything that you need to do.
So permit for the food vendors. Okay, great. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you. You know what, do we need to approve that event?
Yeah, it's
So
June 27th.
we have to approve it pending their meeting with the park, so,
Okay.
because yours is coming up pretty soon.
Just make a contingent upon her meeting
Yeah.
with the park? Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion that we allow the, I don't want to say it wrong, Folklorio on June 27th, contingent upon the fact they meet with the park department.
I'll second it.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Steve, so you know that you'll have to go to the park and get all of that figured out. Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We have bulk item appeals, Randy?
Anyone from Bear Hall here? Before you is a bulk item appeal form for Bear Paul Drive. It was charged on 3/25 this year in the amount of $25. Since that individual is not here, I'm asking the board to uphold the charge of $25.
I'll make a motion that we uphold the charge of $25. Clearly states that the individuals who are questioning the charge be present, and they're not here.
I'll second that.
I have a question.
Yes.
On his claim, he said the truck people said to put it by the cans, which I know your sanitation department doesn't say that. And you said was he calling the office, or I mean, calling the?
He claims that within this particular incident, he called 4 or 5 months for an additional black lid toter.
Weren't you guys out of toters for a while?
No, we have
plenty of garbage
toters.
toters. Okay.
You used to have to fill out a form or something, right?
Uh,
You have to fill out a form?
Yes, you have to fill out a form to request an additional black lid toter, because there's an additional charge that the resident has to agree to. So, and we did send that form in the past week to him
Yeah.
when he submitted this. So, and we keep
Okay.
explicit phone logs, and we searched those phone logs for his phone number,
his address, his name, and we found nothing back, going back 4 or 5 months.
Okay. Well, it was just the way he wrote this. Truck people said to put it by the side of their cans, and I don't think anybody does that, says that. Right, guys and girls?
Right.
What was your motion? I didn't hear that real.
To uphold, in other words,
Keep it,
implement
yes.
the fee.
I'll second. Oh, did we have a second on it? Go ahead.
No.
I'll second it.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Steve, to uphold the bulk item appeal per Randy's request. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Randy. We have the claims of $183,462.29. Did everybody get to see the claims?
Yes.
If so, are there any questions?
I do have a question. On the first page, there's charges for breath tests, breathalyzers, I'm assuming? It's like 7?
Yeah, it's from the police
Is that
department.
the fee for them to get certified?
So there's one fee for an officer to get the initial education.
Okay.
And then there is it's a biannual, I'm not saying that correctly, every 2 years, there's a recertification fee.
Okay.
So that's what that pays for, and it's the Indiana Department of Toxicology. That's who it's paid to.
So they have to be licensed to
They have to
get
be
licensed
licensed
to
and recognized, and that information has to be filed with the county courts.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Okay. Are there any other questions? If not, I'll need a motion to approve the claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims of $183,462.29.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Joetta, seconded by Steve, to approve the claims. Are there no further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Major illness claims. Dan, do we have major illness claims?
Yes, we do, Madam Mayor. There were 9 requests, of which I signed off on 8. There was one that I did not sign off on, so I would ask that the board approve the 8 that I signed.
Okay.
Make a motion, we accept the 8 major illness claims as approved by Dan.
Second.
We have a motion by Jamie, seconded by Steve, to approve 8 major illness claims. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there any other business to come before this board?
Yes, there is.
The Department of Planning and Community Development solicited quotes for sidewalk replacement. We have received 2 quotes. The first is from Gary Up Construction Company, 3965 Harrison Street, Gary, Indiana, 46401. The quote is for $147,500. The second quote was received from Breathe Riley Construction Company, Inc., 7500 West 5th Avenue, Gary, Indiana, 46406. The second quote is for $109,900. We'd like to make the recommendation to take these quotes under advisement, allowing the department time to review as well as legal counsel.
AJ?
Yes, sir.
Could you repeat the first company?
Yes, sir. The first quote is from Gary Up Construction Company.
Gary Up. Oh, okay.
Gary Up, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I know what it is. All right.
And then in the amount of $147,500.
Just a quick question, AJ.
Yes, sir.
Where are these sidewalks that were
Various locations throughout the city.
asking? All city, everywhere?
Yes, sir.
So these are the ones that people have paid their portion for and we're pouring them, is that correct?
They pay,
They pay for the concrete and kind of?
no.
No.
There's it's a cost sharing sort of
Okay.
program. Yeah. Yes, that's what it is. It's a better term, cost share.
So they actually have to apply to you?
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Yeah. You know, are you familiar with that, Scott?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what this is.
I was just curious where they were with sidewalks.
Yeah.
They're all over the city, I
Yes,
understand.
and we have a list we can share, of course.
Yeah.
I make a motion for the plan department to scrutinize and make it a suggestion on which company we should choose for the sidewalk replacement program.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion by Steve, seconded by Scott. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Is there any other business to come before this board? If not, oh, she's leaving, okay. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn then.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, everyone.